Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gaming Droid, and welcome back to Free Trial Droid. And in the interest of free trialing, here is Pixel Puzzle Ultimate, which is a free-to-enter. I wouldn't call it a free-to-play, it's a free-to-enter game. I wouldn't call it a free-to-play game because there is a huge number of puzzle packs, including puzzle packs for specific games, puzzle packs for specific areas, all sorts of different puzzle packs that are pay to use, but there is a collection of free-to-play puzzle packs as well. So, what is Pixel Puzzles? So this is by Decaying Games or Decaying Arts, and this is a puzzle game. Basically, that's all it is. There's quite a few puzzle games. There's been a few released on DS, quite a few released on PC. There's even been a couple of puzzle games on things like PlayStation, things like that. And it's, as far as puzzle games go, quite a decent puzzle game. There's a couple of iffy bits about it, but it's a decent little puzzle game. So as you can see, you have sets of puzzles. These ones are the free ones. They label the free puzzles quite nicely. With little free tags. So you've got bears free, Himalayas free, horses. It has how many puzzles are in there. The puzzle packs themselves are about £1, £1.70, so about $2 to $3 each. As you play, you gain hint points, so you can actually make other puzzles easier if you're struggling on certain things. It has the puzzles that you've been playing recently and how many pieces you've put in place. So this one is a 600-piece puzzle that's got 45 pieces in place so far. If I view all the DLC, you can see that it's £3 for that Pixel Puzzles Ultimate Cats. So this is why I say it's a free-to-enter game. There's a few free puzzles, but for the most part you're looking at buying puzzle packs. Now in reality, if you were to buy all the puzzle packs, you're looking at a very expensive game. But certain puzzle games have been sold as full ticket retail games, so like people are willing to pay for puzzle games. Let's jump into Himalayas and I'll just show you the basic mechanics. So this is what we're trying to build, this is how far I've got with it, and this is the basic mechanics. At the bottom here you've got a set of tile savers, nice and easy, some nice music. The spare pieces float around in the puzzle ponds at the side. You can clear the board, and what clear the board does is, if you've got lots of pieces that you were trying to fit into place on the board, you hit clear the board and it drops them all back into the pond for you. Shuffle just reshuffles the pond to make it a bit easier to find things. You can zoom in and just have a look closer up onto what you're doing. You can highlight puzzles, and what highlight puzzle pieces does is, highlight puzzle pieces is if you've got a lot of loose puzzle pieces on the board, you can highlight them and it shows you which ones are the loose pieces. And the reason it's important to know which ones are the loose pieces is because this game has a mechanic where you can't join two loose pieces together. Regardless of if they did fit together, you have to find basically you have to fit the loose pieces into where they should be. Now, the reason this is kind of an odd thing is often puzzle games allow you to connect pieces together. But the other thing with it is that if you get a piece and you roughly know where it should go, so this one has a little dash of blue in it, which means it's probably going to go over here, it actually drags it into the right place for you. So as long as you get within a certain distance, it's fine. So if you have an edge piece that you're not 100% sure where it goes, but you know that roughly it goes down here, you can literally just, and it will click into place when it finds its position. So that's a little bit of a cheat you can do. As far as like customizing it, you can set the sensitivity for the gamepad. For movement tracking, you can set volumes, resolution, screen, VSync, aliasing, texture complexions. You can also set in-game options, which are the basic options, which is the highlight color, the zoom and pan speed, the float speed, which is how fast they float in the pond. I don't understand why they have a ×4 float speed, because it makes it literally physically impossible to see what you're looking at. You can turn the float off as well, which just means that they're all stacked in there. and also float rotation, so they can spin. And this is one of the elements that's actually quite interesting. In this game, unlike a lot of puzzle games, even though they let you connect pieces together when they are not sort of the right way round, sorry, when they are not connected to the board, this one, you actually have to connect them to the board to keep them in place, but you can rotate them, and a lot of puzzle games don't allow you to rotate your pieces. Now, that's a little bit odd, because as a lot of the games don't allow you to rotate the pieces, you'd think there'd be a good reason why you're not allowed to rotate pieces. You'd think there'd be some element of kind of difficulty in managing that or something, but no, this allows you to rotate pieces perfectly happily. You have the 5 sort of storage boards, and these don't get cleared when you clear the board. So if you get this piece and you say, right, well, I know this piece for a fact goes here, because I can see on this flag, although actually this one's down here, that way round. You can see on this flag here that it matches up, this blue, orange and yellow matches up down here. So you want to keep this piece because you know that that piece fits here, but you haven't got any of the spare pieces. You can actually drop it into one of the storage boards, and you can see that it actually records how many pieces you've got in each storage board, which is a nice little addition. So, and then you have the hint system. So you can get an angle correction for 1 token, a view location for 3 tokens, a ghost image for 5 tokens, and you can also view hint controls with the hotkey tab, but you can also trade gold for tokens, and the trading gold for tokens, you get 10 tokens for 1 gold, and I will just exit the puzzle, main menu. So these are your gold puzzle pieces that you get for trading into tokens. The gold puzzle pieces you get by completing puzzles. As far as I'm aware, I haven't been able to find anywhere to purchase gold puzzle pieces. As far as I can find, I haven't been able to find any puzzle pieces. This does seem to be getting some updates because they're talking about puzzle competitions, additional puzzles, challenge packs, things like that. So it does look like they are actually kind of supporting this and adding in additional puzzles and additional bits and pieces going on, and competition, all sorts of different bits and pieces. I don't understand what the ultimate puzzle pieces is for, or how you gain them. I haven't been able to find that out yet, but this is a first impression series, so that's kind of how it goes sometimes. And you can see that the puzzles are sometimes a bit weird. You get these weird shapes rather than just the normal peg shapes. You get all sorts of weird and wonderful pattern shapes on them. So I know that this is either going to go down here, roughly about halfway along. Yep, that's where it goes. And you can see how that can be abused slightly, because it's got this slight drag to get things into the right place. And because of that slight drag, you can, to a certain extent, just cheese the... Oop, dropped it back into the pond. If things go off screen, they get dropped back into the pond, so you don't have to worry about losing things too easily. This, I would assume, is either going to be along the top here, or... there it is. So you can see that there is a certain element of, not necessarily cheating, but kind of manipulation. Some elements of manipulation you can do. There's some weird achievements. There's little fish that swim around in the koi pond that you can catch and you can drop on the board, and they make little patterns. I don't know why it's given me that achievement, because I did this before. And he swims back to his little koi pond. Let's put him here. Get back in the koi pond, you. Come back here. To be perfectly honest, I spent probably a good 3 minutes just doing this. He's cute. It's a little fish simulator. Have a friend. I know. Don't worry, it's not contagious. But it's a decent little puzzle sim. And considering it's free and there's a half dozen puzzles, actually more than half dozen, there's probably about a dozen to 20 puzzles that you can just play for free, ranging from about 100 pieces to about 1,000 pieces. It's not exactly like you're paying out the nose for a half-finished product or anything like that. If you then thought the game was brilliant and loved puzzles and wanted to go on and buy some puzzle packs, like, to each their own. Like, I don't personally think I would ever spend money on puzzle packs for this, but that doesn't mean that the puzzle packs aren't worth having. And if you're the kind of person who really enjoys this sort of puzzling game, then this sort of puzzle builder, then go for it. To each their own, and like that's the best way to look at it, is to each their own. Oh, I keep putting them off the screen. That is the one issue, is you can't pull them off. If the centre of your mouse goes off screen, they instantly drop back into the pond. Come back here, fishy. So, as you can see, nice, easy, simple puzzle game. There's nothing sort of overly complex about the game itself. The puzzles are quite nice, quite simple, quite fun to put together. Slightly cheesy in that you can just kind of like scan for where a puzzle piece is supposed to go without really thinking about it. But on the other side of that, you're always going to have cheesy tactics that you can use in games like this. So the fact that they just embrace that and go, okay, well, there's a cheesy tactic, but that's fine. You can't put pieces together when there's not a piece already attached to the board, so that you actually have to have the piece fixed to the board to use it, but that's not a ridiculous inconvenience. It just means that you're kind of working with the mechanics of the game. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you again next time.